The off-season has officially started, which means it's only right that we recap the best 10 moments of 2023. And I know what you're thinking. How did you only pick 10? Well, it was hard. It was very hard actually, but there's no better place to start than with all the players that got their first wins this year.
A new star is born on the LPGA Tour.
In case you lost count, there were 12 first-time winners this season. Whether we're talking about Ronnie Yin or Lilia Vu, who both went on to win majors later in the year, or Allison Corpuz, whose first tour win was a major.
And it's Allison Corpuz who indeed.
And we could also talk about our veterans Megan Kang and Angel Yin, who hoisted trophies for the first time this year. No matter how you look at it, these 12 victories are the start of a new story. Now, let's talk major champions. I had the pleasure of covering all 5 majors, and I know I'm supposed to be a professional and whatnot, but I can't help but getting choked up on the green watching these final putts roll in. Starting off strong in Texas at the Chevron Championship, we had Lilia Vu. You know, the Lilia Vu that almost quit golf at one point? Yeah, that one. Then at Baltusrol, Ronnie Yin hoisted the trophy at the KPMG Women's PGA Championship. And when I think about Allison Corpuz walking down the 18th at Pebble Beach at the US Women's Open, I still get the chills. Then, in front of her home country, Celine Boutier won the Amundi Evian Championship.
How sweet this win is.
And last, but certainly not least, Lilia said, nah, one isn't enough, and did it again at the AIG Women's Open at Walton Heath. Next up, we have the Hanwha Life Plus International Crown. There were teams made up of 8 different countries that teed it up at TPC Harding Park in San Francisco.
It's the way to finish.
It came down to Team Australia and Team Thailand, but it was Ataya Titakun, Patty Tavatanakit, Arya Jutanyugarn, and Moria Jutanyugarn that would hoist the trophy in San Francisco. I know we already touched on the first-time winners and major winners from this season, but I can't help myself. We have to talk about Lilia Vu. She won a whopping 4 times this year. The Honda LPGA Thailand, the Chevron Championship, the AIG Women's Open, and the Annika driven by Gamebridge. But it doesn't stop there. The major champion had a 4th place finish at the CME Group Tour Championship, which solidified her as Rolex Player of the Year. There's another player that won 4 times this year, and that would be Celine Boutier. It's like everything she touches turns to gold, or silver, or whatever the trophies are made out of. The Frenchwoman won at the LPGA Drive-On Championship, the Amundi Evian Championship, the Women's Scottish Open, and the Maybank Championship.
It was worth the wait.
This moment shook the golf world. And yes, I am talking about Rose Zhang's win at the Mizuho Americas Open.
Unbelievable. Right on.
After absolutely dominating in the junior and college golf space, Rose Zhang decided to turn pro. Her pro debut, you might ask? The Mizuho Americas Open at Liberty National, of course. Heading into the final round with the lead, she would end up going into a playoff with Jennifer Kupcho, but would ultimately win, accept membership, and then go on to crush it the rest of the season.
And she is here to stay. Carlota Secanda. I'm not kidding, I had that chant stuck in my head for weeks. The USA and European teams hopped over to Spain to go head-to-head in one of my favorite events ever, the Solheim Cup. The teams were neck and neck the final day.
Bank right there, as so many have. Oh, look at this one.
It doesn't.
Got a chance. Yes.
So it came down to the face-off against Carlota Segunda and Nelly Corda. And then, to retain the cup in her home country, Carlota did this.
Oh, it's a wonderful shot. It's fantastic on home soil for Segunda. And it's a magical moment for Carlota Segunda.
So at the end of it all, the teams did tie, but it's Team Europe that held on to the trophy because they won in 2021. And come on, I know it wasn't on the LPGA, but Lexi was out there doing Lexi Thompson things. She teed it up on the PGA Tour at the Shriners Children's Open, and it was so much fun to watch.
Get the bounce, baby, get the bounce, go! What a shot for Lexi Thompson, and she's gonna have a look at eagle from there.
Next up, we have the Tour Championship. We closed out the year in Naples, where the top 60 players from the season tee it up at Tiburon Golf Club. And when I tell you that this event brings out the best storylines, I mean it.
Right in, and she's done it.
Amy Yang captured her 5th win on tour, her last one being in 2019, and on that 18th green, I have never witnessed so many players there to celebrate a champion. For the first time since 1999, the PGA Tour and the LPGA Tour played in a co-sanctioned mixed team event, and it was awesome. Some crazy things happened though. Lexi Thompson had a hole-in-one.
Did I give it away? May have.
And Corey Connors holed out from the fairway.
Bogey earlier as well. Closing out the front 9 here, the approach.
Give all the Canadian fans here cheering them on something really special.
But after 3 days, it was an Aussie and a Kiwi who would raise the trophy.
Go, Jason Day.
So as hard as it was to pick out the best moments of this season, all this does is get me hyped for 2024.